There are 5 ways to make money in crypto, and in this video I'm going to explain you how. So first of all, you have buy and hold method. This is the most common one, the most popular one, and probably the easiest. So you basically choose a coin you like, a cryptocurrency you like Bitcoin, Ethereum. That can be something much smaller like Link, Cardano, and you basically buy at different periods and hold. Ideally, you buy in a bear market, you sell in a bull market, and repeat the process multiple times to basically earn as much as possible. This is easy to say, but it's very hard to do, especially that it's very hard to time the market. So the easiest thing to do is actually buy it and forget for at least a couple of years, and ideally buy when everything seems really grim and dark like it is right now. We're in bear market, we're in recession, there are so many unknowns in a crypto market. So ideally the risk of course is the biggest, but the reward is the biggest as well. So if you choose even one of the top coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, the chances for a reward is much higher right now than if it would be when you would buy at the total ATH, at the total highest point, which was in November last year, when it was around $4,800 for Ethereum. It's now around 1,200, so basically 1/4 of the price from the last year. So as you can see, at least when it comes to comparing the two prices, it's much easier probably to get into crypto right now than it was just last year ago. So that's the first method. The second method is actually going for much smaller coins and trading smaller cap coins. So this is the way for more of the degenerates into crypto, because you really have to be careful. There are many small caps, which means that their total market cap is basically around a couple of millions, maybe a dozen of millions or so, but they're much smaller than the top 100 cryptocurrencies out there in the market. They basically have their liquidity either on Uniswap or on PancakeSwap. You can discover them through Twitter, and the easiest way is to basically buy, hold for a little bit, and sell when everything is going up. Again, it's much harder to do, especially if you are within the community, so you're getting really thinking in this way that this coin is going to the moon, and the question is where is the moon, or whether we have already crossed the moon and we're really at the top and it's only way down from now. Also, it's much harder to time the market in these scenarios. There might be many bad actors here trying to do pump and dumps and so on. So this method for trying to make money in crypto is much more riskier, but again, there are many people who managed to go with from $100 to literally thousands and thousands of dollars from that, basically by choosing carefully the small caps. There's a lot of due diligence to be made. You have to research the projects, you have to discover the correct coins, and really time the market at least pretty well, so that you are jumping in before the pump and exiting at the top or near the top to really maximize your chances. Also because there are also many stories of people going basically around with jumping at the bottom, but then they waited too long and they basically ended up in the same spot or worse, and you don't want to repeat their mistakes. So this is something to remember here. Okay, third method is even more advanced trading. You would be basically trading also main coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin, but you would use more advanced methods, like you would go for options on platforms like Deribit. You would use different perpetual swaps, perps, on either centralized exchanges or on GMX, or you would, for example, short some coins, long some other coins, so have a portfolio of different positions, trying to be, I don't know, delta neutral. You can go for gamma neutral. There are different kind of terms coming from the hedge fund world, which you could try to implement in crypto. This is more advanced, this is more mathematical driven. This is more on the quantitative side of things. And this is more recommended for all the people who like thinking about solving problems, because this is basically problem solving in the crypto market. I actually really enjoy that part, trying to go for those more exotic options, because there's a lot of mathematical riddles that you're trying to solve, trying to do it. So it's a lot of fun. It's a hard thing to do, but it's really enjoyable if you like riddles, mathematical riddles, especially. Okay, number 4 is whitelist, and basically grinding for different whitelists, especially in NFTs. Maybe that can be also a crypto airdrops. Basically just trying to get the free money for paying with your time. So there's never a free money really, but you can pay with your time to get the money. And in this case, it's being active in the communities. I very often cover on my channel different airdrops. So for example, you could try to do different actions on a testnet, like swap coins, use the bridge if there's a testnet bridge. For example, you could mint different kind of NFTs on the testnet. This was one of the conditions for Aptos airdrop. Very recently, you had to mint an NFT on a testnet to be eligible for an Aptos airdrop. And there are many examples like that with different blockchains that are coming. They all want to attract new people coming into the market, and the best way to actually attract people is by giving some kind of freebies or some kind of bonus once you do some actions. So this is a really great way for people who have more time than money and are willing to spend that time doing different tasks for those blockchains, for those protocols. It's worth taking the risk because often the reward is really great. You won't be able to hit 100% of the time because everything is hypothetical here, so you don't know really what's the term for being eligible in the end. So you try those different actions, but you can at least have a strategy for each airdrop, and with each new airdrop you learn that there are just a bunch of things that people are looking to give those airdrops, like bridging, swapping, maybe using some kind of app, minting NFTs or buying, selling NFTs, basically just using and being active in the community. So being active is also a crucial thing here, because you want to be active on Twitter, on Discord, especially Discord for a particular project is a great place to get to a whitelist. So really recommend it. So far we had 4 methods: buying small caps, buying and hold large coins. You can also do advanced trading. You can go for crypto airdrops, and finally the last thing, passive income. Passive income in crypto really exists, but it takes a little bit of work to set it up. And I'm talking here about yield farming and generally different ways to earn money on the crypto you already have. Yield farming is basically looking for yield by deploying your capital in some kind of a pool so that other people, for example, can use it and you earn some kind of an interest of that. The best example for that is Aave. That's the easiest to explain because that's a lending protocol. So some people supply the capital, some people borrow the capital. It's all governed by a smart contract, so it's safe and secure, at least to some extent, as the crypto can be secure, but basically everything is very transparent. You see where your money is going. Basically, you have almost a guarantee from Aave that you get that capital back, because people are also liquidated automatically if they take too much of the money, and you earn interest of that. So you know where the yield is coming from. There are also different yield farms where the yield is more complicated. There are yield farms that can be totally degenerate with up to like 10,000% per year. Those usually means that the yield is you are the yield for the farm, and mostly you should avoid those kind of things. However, there's a sweet spot of a yield being from 5 to maybe 20%, 15%, depending on the protocol, where yield can be explained by different kind of methods. So for example, you might know of the yield in Luna, Luna Terra. That yield was too big, and because of that Luna actually failed. However, there's a yield on Ethereum itself, staking mechanism after the merge that was introduced is giving rewards for all the validators that trying to validate and to be the validator. So basically you have around 5% by supplying the capital, supplying your ETH to be one of the validators on the blockchain. So you don't have to have a GPU, you need to have just a validator software plus a little bit of ETH to start doing that. I think around 32 ETH, well, that is a lot, but if you have less, then you can also go with solutions like Lido, which is dynamic staking for people who just want to have a little bit piece of that pie, but don't want to have the whole thing, and just want to, for example, have 1/10 of an ETH to stake and still get the benefits of staking. So yield farms basically are the best way to have passive income. There are different also ways to stake on centralized exchanges, but I wouldn't recommend those because, as we learned during this bear market, basically the way yield works at centralized exchanges is that centralized exchanges actually lend the money to hedge funds that are doing different degenerate stuff that ends up in collapse and ends up in bankruptcy, and we don't want to repeat the story of FTX. So stay away from different earning products on centralized exchanges. Look for the yield in farms that can be well explained, or at least if it cannot be well explained, but somehow it's really looking good for the benefit side, try to be a responsible degen. That's probably the easiest way to explain that, and never invest more that you can lose. Of course, all that ways of making money, none of that is a financial advice. I wouldn't recommend of doing anything like that. Crypto can be risky, so definitely all this is educational. If you want to risk your money, never risk more that you are willing to lose, because it can be hard. Also, there are a lot of people with stories of round tripping, you know, starting with, for example, $100 going to $100,000 and then losing everything in the bear market thanks to Luna, FTX, and a bunch of other altcoins that they were trading. There's a Twitter account called Coin Confessions, Crypto Confessions, where you can see all the different stories of people doing exactly that, and there's a lot of stories on Twitter appearing about people doing exactly round tripping from the bull market, from the being at the top to the bottom again and having nothing. It's not nice, really. Thank you for watching. This is it for 5 ways of making money in crypto. Subscribe to the channel to learn more about crypto airdrops, to learn more about DeFi products, and generally about yield farming, trading, big cap, small cap coins, and everything around crypto. I'm huge fan of educational content. I think there is not enough of educational content, so this is what I'm trying to create on my channel. Thank you, and see you in the next